Hello everyone, Chris Profi, Musically Obsessed. I'd like to do a video today on Aerosmith, and I don't think I've actually talked about Aerosmith at all, and definitely a big Aerosmith fan. What I want to concentrate on today, though, is the time span from 1973 to 1985. And kind of like when I did the Motorhead video, I'm doing these years because after 85 came like what I feel the next stage of Aerosmith when they released Permanent Vacation, and then they just skyrocketed past then. So I want to kind of concentrate on, I guess, what I feel are the classic years of Aerosmith. And I want to do a top 10, starting at 10, going down to my number one choice. And as always, I'd definitely like to hear what you guys think. What are your top 10 Aerosmith songs? Do you have a favorite Aerosmith album? So here we go. So my top 10 from 1973 to 1985. Coming in at number 10 is a song off the album Rockin' a Hard Place. The song is Lightning Strikes. This came out in 82. By this point, this album did not feature Joe Perry. It's the only album that did not. And Brad Whitford had left during the recording of this album. So some people think it's not really an Aerosmith album, but I feel it is an Aerosmith album, and I feel like it's an underrated album too. I also like the song Jailbait after on that album as well. But I'm going with Lightning Strikes. It's got a slow build up, kind of an interesting keyboard intro, and then it gets into this crunchy guitar riff that I just love. And whenever I hear the guitar lick, I think of Poison's Look What the Cat Dragged In, and I almost feel like maybe subconsciously they lifted that from Aerosmith. So listen to that again, and if you're a fan of Poison, you might hear the similarities. But coming in at number 10, Lightning Strikes, just a great song. Number 9, off of one of my favorite Aerosmith albums, I love the song Draw the Line. Steven Tyler's vocals on this song are just amazing. I love the guitar lick in it. It's just got this roundabout guitar lick in it. I like the midsection breakdown. It's just a great, great song. Again, I feel like that's an underrated album too. You don't really hear too much about Draw the Line. So coming in at number 9 is the song Draw the Line. Now, coming in at number 8, off of Done with Mirrors. This is from 1985. I love the song Let the Music Do the Talking. I remember as a kid seeing this video in Headbangers Ball. And this is about the time when I got into Aerosmith through Run DMC. I think a lot of us in my age group, in our 40s, remember definitely the song Walk This Way with Run DMC. That was a huge, huge song. It was like one of those first mergings of rap and rock and roll. And it was just a huge song. And then you started hearing more about Aerosmith. And then I remember seeing this video on MTV, and I always really liked the song. Done with Mirrors, another underrated Aerosmith album, but I'm going to pull the song Let the Music Do the Talking. It's upbeat. It's got a Deep Purple vibe to it. I hear a lot of that Highway Star element in the song. It's got some bluesy riffs. It's just a great upbeat Aerosmith song. Love it. Now, number 7, this is off of Rocks. This is a song called Nobody's Fault. This is a heavy, heavy song. I love when Steven Tyler's singing Sorry, You're So Sorry. He's got a lot of emotion behind him when he's singing that. A great rhythmic chorus. It's just a great heavy song. I think we forget that, there's a lot of similarities to the Rolling Stones with Aerosmith, and rightly so. I mean, there were definitely, definitely a lot of similarities with their look, their music, their style, the way they presented themselves. But we can't forget, I mean, Aerosmith is a hard rock band, and this song, Nobody's Fault, definitely shows their hard rock side. So love it. Number 6, off of Night in the Ruts. Remember that album? This is a song called No Surprise. This is just classic Aerosmith. When you put this song on, it just shows you what Aerosmith is and what they sound like. It's got that Stones element to it. It's got a great sing-along chorus. It's just a great song. And I love how they spell surprise with a Z. That's just cool too. Now, number 5. I have to put this song in there. I just have to. And here's why. Well, there's a lot of different reasons why. I personally love the song. It's one of those songs that I never tire of listening to. When we were in the car the other night, my kids were in the car with me. My daughter's 14 and my son's 12. They both like all different styles of music. But we were talking about Aerosmith, and my daughter's like, you got to put on Dream On. And it's still one of those songs that speaks to people. It's just a great song. And to think that this came off of Aerosmith's first album. I never tire of listening to this song. I love the piano in it. I love the heavy chorus. I just love the vocals. I just love the whole feel of the song. It's just got that classic 70s rock sound vibe. But obviously, it's still turning people on nowadays too. It's just one of those timeless songs. I had to put it on here. It's one of my favorites too. So Dream On, coming in at number 5. Now, moving into the top 4 Aerosmith songs from 1973 to 1985. I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you. Number 4, off of Get Your Wings, Lord of the Thighs. I love this song. The drum beat in the beginning is very reminiscent of Walk This Way, but it's a better song than Walk This Way. It's got a funky vibe. It's got an R&B vibe to it. I love it. I love the lyrics. I love the way Steven Tyler just, vocalizes the song. It's a great song. Lord of the Thighs coming in at number 4. Now, the top 3 songs. And again, this is tough because Aerosmith's got a lot of great songs. And over the past couple days, I've been listening again to Aerosmith and listening to those classic albums and going, wow, this song is great. This song is great. This song is great. Oh, I love this part. I love this guitar part. And I love this breakdown. And, it's difficult to do. But these top 3 songs are in there. Number 3, off of Toys in the Attic, the title track, Toys in the Attic. Classic Aerosmith, really upbeat, just quintessential 70s rock and roll. It's got an earworm chorus. I just love the song. Toys in the Attic. You want to get yourself going. If you're having a tough day, pop this song on. It'll definitely put you in a better mood. All right, now, my top 2 songs. Number 2, off the album Rocks, Back in the Saddle. This is a great song. I love the opening. It's got this galloping feel to it. Great screaming vocals when he's singing back in the saddle again. Funky guitar bass, funky guitar lick in it. It's just a great song. I think it's the only galloping sort of sounding song that Aerosmith has. So it definitely separates it from the other stuff that they've put out. Always been a favorite of mine. Back in the Saddle, number 2. All right, now, my number 1 song. It's not Sweet Emotion. It's not Walk This Way. It is the song Kings and Queens off of Draw the Line. Yeah, I have 2 songs off of Draw the Line on my top 10. Kings and Queens. I just told you that there's nothing in the Aerosmith discography that sounds like Back in the Saddle. Well, there's nothing that sounds like Kings and Queens. Kings and Queens, I feel like, is very proggy. I was listening to it this morning again. It's got a heavy opening to it. It's got a proggy verse, very poetic lyrics. I wrote down some of these lyrics. Listen to this. Long ago in days, I'm told, were ruled by lords of greed. Maidens fared with gold. They dared to brave their wombs that bleed. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read my writing. Kings and queens and guillotines, taking lives denied. Starch and parchment laid the laws when bishops took the ride, only to deceive. Wow. Great lyrics. And the music fits it. It's got a heavy guitar midsection, and then it slows down. It's got this proggy section. Well, the whole song is kind of proggy, but this middle section, it breaks down. I'm reminded of the album by Pink Floyd, Animals, and I'm trying to remember the song from it, but the midsection in Kings and Queens reminds me of the Pink Floyd album Animals. Listen to it again, see if you get that vibe. But that makes sense. It's that proggy sound. It's very atmospheric. It slows down to this just bass and piano part, and then it just breaks it down into this kick-ass solo at the end. And again, there is nothing that sounds like Kings and Queens in the Aerosmith discography. That song has always been a top song for me, and it is my number one song by Aerosmith. So let me go through these again. Number 10, Lightning Strikes. Number 9, Draw the Line. Number 8, Let the Music Do the Talking. Number 7, Nobody's Fault. Number 6, No Surprise. Number 5, Dream On. Number 4, Lord of the Thighs. Number 3, Toys in the Attic. Number 2, Back in the Saddle. And my number one song by Aerosmith from the era of 1973 to 1985, Kings and Queens, off of Draw the Line. So let me know what you think. Let me know what your top 10 of Aerosmith is. What's your favorite album? What's your favorite era of Aerosmith? I'm interested to know. Have a good day.